Bottom of the order, Jonathan Stone steps in. And KJ Rufo is going to come to the mound, and we'll get a mound visit here. Again, the second preseason tune-up for the Portland Pickles before they kick off their season tomorrow night against the Wenatchee Apple Sox in a 3-game series. First pitch back here at Walker Stadium, 7:05. Same thing for Saturday, 5:05 first pitch on Sunday. And as always, if you can't make it here to Walker Stadium, which we obviously highly suggest you do, just to have baseball back here at Walker Stadium, such a treat. Obviously, you can keep watching right here on our Facebook Live and our YouTube. It is going to be a fun weekend to kick off the West Coast League season after a 1-year absence. No one down here in the top of the third with the Wild Bills with 2 men on. First pitch, that one laced into right field. That's going to bounce in front of Gabe Scoro, but not deep enough to send the runner home. And the Wild Bills with the bases juiced with no one down. And a big spot here for the Wild Bills as we're back to the top of the order, and Michael Soper. Soper 0 for 1, flew out to center field in his first at-bat. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Oh, 1 and now 0-2. And Soper will call for time. Oh, 2 from right. Tried to burn the inside half. The 1-2 to Soper. Strike 3. Called on the outside. Now I'll bring up Devin Kirkley. Kirkley also 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the first. First pitch outside, 1-0. Bases loaded jam here. Maintain this 3-0 lead. The 1-0. And now 3-0. And Rufo will come out to chat with his pitcher. Down 3-0, and again in a little bit of a hole here with the bases loaded with one down after throwing a masterful first 2 innings. You imagine Kirkley will be taking here with 3-0. Right sets. The 3-1. That one fouled off. Now full 3-2. Payoff coming here from Wright. And Kirkley battles, still full. We'll do the 3-2 again. And a bases loaded walk as the Wild Bills are on the board for time. As I'll bring up the left fielder, Payson Manning. That's a blooper into left field. And another run comes home for the Wild Bills. Oh. Payson Manning will step in. Manning takes it up high. One down, bases loaded. Scott Wright still trying to get out of this jam. Now a 3-2 Pickles lead as Manning takes strike one. Manning struck out looking in his first at bat. now faces twos. Two to Manning. Slow roller. Trying to beat it out. And he's out at first, but another run will score, and we're all tied up at 3. Now I'll bring up Duran Sundberg, excuse me. And we're going to get a pitching change here for the Pickles.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We sort.
The Willamette Wild Bills are able to claw their way back here in the top of the third to put up a 3 spot of their own to tie things up. Again, new pitcher on the bump here for the Pickles, trying to stop the bleeding. And the new pitcher will be Jared Villalobos, the 5'11", 175-pound lefty out of Fresno, California. Coming off his freshman campaign at Cuesta College, where he posted a 3.43 ERA with 26 strikeouts and 21 innings pitched. And if you watch him, he's got a nasty curveball that really falls off the table. As again, he'll come in here to try to stop the bleeding with the Wild Bills, tying it up all at 3. As the sun is finally starting to dip behind the trees here at Walker Stadium. A perfect shade now here at the stadium. Villalobos is ready to go, and he will step in against Duran Sundberg. Popped out to short in his first at bat. First pitch on the way inside. Runners on second and third, 2 down here in the third. As Sundberg takes strike 1. The 2-1 home. That one gets away from Rufo. And now 3-1. From the stretch, 3-1. And Sundberg took a mighty swing on that one. The payoff coming. 3-2 inside, and the base is loaded again for the Wild Bills. As Willamette tries to bat around the order here, as Eli Kennel will step in. First pitch catches the outside. The 0-1. That one lifted foul. Time called by Kennel. That one in the dirt as Villalobos is trying to end this inning. The Wild Bills putting up 3 to tie this one up. Bases loaded here. Kennel goes down swinging, and the Pickles finally get out of it. But a tie game here at Walker Stadium, 3-3 between the Pickles and the Wild Bills as we head to the bottom of the third.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
The Wild Bills able to tie it up at 3 as we head to the bottom of the third here at Walker Stadium. As the Wild Bills are able to claw their way back after a quick 3-0 deficit. And Dylan T. Pickle on the move off the field. Pickles will head back to the top of the order as Gabriel Arianato will step in. Had a single into right field in his first at-bat. And again, Arianato having a tremendous start to the season, even though it is preseason. Again, coming off of a 3-for-3 performance last night with 3 singles. He continues to be impressive at the plate early on. First pitch to him, and fouls that off the foot. Arenado also scored the first run for the Pickles back in the bottom of the first when they put up that 3 spot. The 0-1 to him, and now down 0-2. That one way outside. Currently playing his ball at Chico State after transferring from Pasadena City College. 76 hits, or the most by any junior college player in the state of California back in 2019. And you see a reason why. Base hit up the middle, and he's got 5 hits over the last 2 games. Again, not to sound like a broken record, but he has been impressive early on for this Pickles squad, as Noah Guyette will step in. Pickles possibly looking for some deja vu here when they put up 3 in the bottom of the first. And now back to the top of the order to start this bottom of the third. They're looking to do the same. So far it's pretty similar. Like we saw earlier, Gabriel Arenado with another single. The 1-0 to Guyette. Guyette 1 for 1 early on with a double into right center. Guyette takes one high and outside. Two one. Arenado on the move and gets under the tag. Showing off the wheels. And the Pickles threatening with a runner in scoring position. Guyette looking for a base knock here to give the Pickles the lead once again. From the stretch, here's the 3-1. As Guyette draws the walk. And that will bring up the shortstop, Jacob Jablonski. Just finished his junior season at Chico State. Currently serves as the starting shortstop for that club after starting in that position for the Arkansas State Red Wolves for 2 seasons. A lot of size at that middle infielder spot as he squares around a bunt. Jablonski will easily beat this one out. Beautiful bunt there from Jablonski for an infield single. And the Pickles with the bases juiced again. I'll bring up Ollie Arnstein. You want to talk about a big bat inside the box. 6'4", 250 pounds. A tremendous season. During his redshirt sophomore campaign at SIU Edwardsville, was second on the team in batting average at .321. Also second in slugging percentage at .591. 11 home runs, 38 RBIs. Check swing, up ahead, 2-0. Arnstein looking for a big rip right here, and he's ahead 3-0. You imagine Arnstein here is probably not going to get the green light, up 3-0. And that's why I'm in the booth. That's everybody here in the broadcast booth laughs at me. This is why I retired from baseball years ago. Again, this is why I'm in the broadcast booth and not on the field. 3-1 to Arnstein. And a bases loaded walk, and the Pickles are back on top. Bases still juiced for the Pickles as Sam Haney will come back in. Redshirt freshman out of Clark Community College, another local product. Down the road at Lake Oswego. A dual sport athlete for the Lakers, playing both baseball and football. First team all-conference during his senior year in baseball, where he hit .381 with 3 ribbies and 8 hits. Had a .519 on-base percentage during that 2020 season. And he does his job as he brings home another run. Grounds out but gets the RBI there. 1 down for the Pickles as Patrick Mushkat will step in. And again, a guy providing pop in the box. This is him. You just look at his tremendous season last year down in Aurora. Led the Gherkins in hits, home runs, slugging percentage. Hit .632 slugging percentage in the first half of the season. This one belted into left field. And you're seeing why that slugging percentage was so high, but that is snagged against the wall. Everyone thought that was going to be the first home run we see this entire season. But still, Patrick Mushkat with a sac fly makes it 6-3 Pickles. And that'll bring up Gabe Scoro. And I said it just a couple of minutes ago. The Pickles looking for some deja vu going back to that bottom of the first. And, well, they got it here as they put up another 3 spot to make it 6-3. That one low to Scoro. Grounded out to third in his first at-bat. Again, Scoro, a familiar face here at Walker Stadium. His 4th year playing for the Pickles. Has been a fan favorite. And why not? Getting the opportunity to play summer ball in your hometown. As we mentioned before, the local product from the Rose City. Played nearby at Lincoln High School, and he gets drilled in the back. As I was going to say, played over at Lincoln High School and currently playing on the Bluff for the University of Portland. Getting the chance to continue playing in his hometown. Runners at first and second with 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Ryan Gardino will now step in. As Gardino grounded out to second in his first at-bat back in the 2nd. First pitch to him. Breaking ball called a strike. Off the end of the bat, slow roller over to short. In time for out number 3. But the Pickles once again with another big inning. They put up 3 once again, 6-3. Pickles as we head to the 4th.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source ingredients including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break all vodka. B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now.
Well, the number 3 has definitely been the number of the game so far. 3 runs by the Pickles in the bottom of the first, 3 runs by the Wild Bills in the top of the third, and then the Pickles answer with 3 of their own to make it 6-3 as we start the top of the 4th here at Walker Stadium, and that one skied foul and possibly heading for the parking lot. Hopefully you don't hear a car alarm going off in a second. Jared Villalobos still on the bump for the Pickles, as Jake Morrow will lead things off for Willamette. 1-1 on the way. That one up high. Again, the Pickles kick off the regular season tomorrow night here against the Wenatchee Apple Sox, who are coming off 2 losses to kick off the season. Non-league losses, I should say, as this one is skied into center, as Gabe Scoro makes the squeeze for out number 1. And now bring up Jordan Donahue. Jared Villalobos, former ESPN Player of the Week in February of 2020 when he posted a 1.70 ERA in 37 innings with 25 Ks. This one popped up. Jablonski calls it off for out number 2. J.J. Hoover, the designated hitter, now in the box as he takes strike 1. Hoover walked in his first appearance. One and two now. Curveball just above the letters. I mentioned it earlier. Villalobos has a nasty curveball that really falls off the table. You saw the perfect example of it right there, as this one is ripped into the gap in left center. As Hoover is going to take a hard turn to second, and he is nailed at second. No, gets around the tag. So a double for Hoover. And Justin Barkas is going to argue this call. Obviously very hard to see from our vantage point up here in the press box. But Hoover is on with a 2-out double. And now the first baseman, Jonathan Stone, will step in. That curveball finds the zone. The 0-1. That one inside. From the stretch, Villalobos. Another curve. Jablonski, off-balance throw. In time for out number 3. The Pickles look to add some more runs with 6 early on as we head to the bottom of the 4th here at Walker Stadium.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break all vodka.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Another new pitcher here for the Wild Bills as we get set to start the bottom of the 4th. A 6-3 Pickles lead. Villadaris is now on the bump for the Wild Bills. And again, we apologize. We were only given last names on the lineup card. So that's really all we can give you here. As he will face KJ Rufo to start up this bottom of the 4th. Who struck out looking in his first at-bat. And it was a really crazy story for KJ Rufo, how he ended up at the University of Portland. He was actually catching in a game at the Baseball Factory Showcase as he bloops a first pitch right to the second baseman for the first out. But going back to him, during that Baseball Factory Showcase, the pitcher had to come out of the game due to an injury. There were no pitchers left, but there was another catcher, so KJ was asked to go out on the mound, and he ended up hitting 94 on the gun. And that very night, Portland offered him a scholarship. And obviously has now taken his talents to the Bluff to play for Jeff Loomis. As we're back to the top of the order, and Gabe Arianato as he takes strike 1. looking to continue his strong preseason start. 5 hits in the first 2 games. That one ripped down the first base line, but foul. Grounded over to Kennel. And Arianato is retired for the first time in the first 2 preseason games. Or I should say the only 2 preseason games. And now I'll bring up Noah Guyette. Local product out of Vancouver, played at Skyview High School. One and one. Fouls it off now, down 1 and 2. One, two outside, 2 and 2 now. Two's to Guyette. That one bounces in the dirt, now full. The payoff home. Guyette slices it over to Soper. And a quick 1-2-3 bottom half of the 4th for the Pickles. Top 5 on the other side. Still 6-3 ball game.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Grape color vodka.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
The wind is really starting to pick up here at Walker Stadium. 6-3 Pickles as we start the top of the 5th. Jared Villalobos still on the bump for the Pickles. And you have to be certain that Mags has to be impressed with the Pickles' bats tonight. Only put up 2 runs last night in the first preseason game against the Gherkins. But the bats have really come alive tonight here in the second preseason showcase. 6 runs through 4 innings. The 1-1. 1-2. The 2-2. Breaking ball high and outside, now full. Count full, and that one a souvenir heading into the berm. The payoff, swing and a miss. And Michael Soper will step back in as we're back to the top of the order here for the Wild Bills. Grounded over to Guyette. Over to Haney for out number 2. Devin Kirkley back to the dish. First pitch high, ball 1. That one fouled off. Four hits each for the Pickles and the Wild Bills. By the way, tickets still available for tomorrow night for the West Coast League opener against the Wenatchee Apple Sox. It is sold out at 100 level sections, but still some good options here at Walker Stadium to enjoy a great weekend of baseball. As the Pickles begin their quest for a West Coast League title. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 6-3 Pickles.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym B FAST. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Heart of the order coming up for the Pickles. Jacob Jablonski will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. as he takes strike on the outside corner. 2 singles so far for Jablonski, including an RBI single back in the bottom of the first. 0-1. And down quickly, 0-2. You could hear the frustrations from the Pickles fans after that called strike 2. 0-2 to Jablonski. This time way inside. Ollie Arnstein on deck. The 1-2. That one also inside. Now 2s. Two to Jablonski. Check swing. Did he go around? Yeah, I was going to say, you got to appeal to the third base umpire. He didn't go. Again, folks, it's the preseason. Jablonski, payoff. That one blasted foul. We'll do the payoff again. 3-2 to Jablonski. And a ball 4 as he'll take first. Now bring up Ollie Arnstein. Gone on base per a fielder's choice in the first and then walked in the third. Check over on Jablonski. Arnstein lays off a high one, 2-0. Grew up not far away from here in Gresham. 2-0, and now 3-0. Well, I was wrong the last time when I guessed whether a batter was going to get the green light or not on 3-0, so I'm not going to take a guess this time. Strike on the outside. I'm serious. You should have heard it in this press box. I got ridiculed. Like I mentioned, that's why I'm no longer on the field. 3-1 coming up here to Arnstein. Takes a big hack low and outside, 3-2. Payoff to Arnstein. That one absolutely tattooed down the line towards the corner. Jablonski will make his way to third, and he's going to get held up there as Ollie Arnstein with a double. And 2 men on the Pickles again, threatening with no one down. Arnstein absolutely ripped that one down the line. And Sam Haney will step into the box after a mound visit here for the Wild Bills. Again, the Pickles bats have really responded here in this second preseason game. Only put up 2 runs last night against the Gherkins, and now it's 6 and threatening to score even more. Haney up with 2 men in scoring position here for the Pickles. First pitch to him. Takes a big hack there, 0-1. And a balk, and that will give the Pickles another run. Haney takes another swing, 0-2. Haney down 0-2. That one bounces in front of the dish, 1-2. Arnstein on third with no one down. Haney the opposite way, and again he does his job. Hits it up the middle, grounds out, but an RBI for Haney makes it 8-3 Pickles. As they raise the chairs, as always here at Walker Stadium, Patrick Mushkat now at the plate for the Pickles. First pitch to him, way up high, 1-0. The 1-0, Mushkat fouls it off the pole behind the backstop. One. That one up high, 3-1. Three one to Mushkat. And now full 3-2. By the way, we are working to get our center field camera back up as soon as possible. Mushkat takes a big hack and goes down swinging. And now bring up Gabe Scoro. And Scoro really came on in the second half of the Pilots season in 2021. He hit 5 of 11, 455 in their final series of the season down at San Diego. Finished third on the Pilots in batting average this season at 305. 7 RBIs, 4 doubles, 18 hits, and 59 at-bats for Scoro. Scoro lifts that one foul. One of the many Pilots who have donned a Pickles uniform. Obviously, the organization with a great relationship with Portland head coach Jeff Loomis, who continues to give the organization a lot of his guys. 1-1 to Scoro. Two-one. Scoro lays off that one, 3-1. And Scoro takes ball 4 as that one bounces way in front of the dish. Scoro with his second appearance on base with a walk there and also hit by a pitch back in the third. And we'll get some chit-chat on the bump here. 8-3 Pickles here in the bottom of the 5th. And we'll get a pitching change here for the Wild Bills. Still trying to see the number on the new pitcher to and it is going to be Herbert now on the mound for the Wild Bills. As we mentioned before, unfortunately we were only given last names for a lot of the players on the lineup card. But he'll come in here with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. Again, I'll say it again. It has been a tremendous night for a ball game, as it will be again tomorrow night against the Apple Sox. You just wish we had this weather the entire weekend, especially with the low 60s and possible rain coming in on Saturday and Sunday.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Ryan Gardino will step in here, 2 down in the bottom of the 5th, with Gabe Scoro on first. First pitch, low and away. There comes the 1-0. That one outside, 2-0. That one popped up a mile high. And Kirkley able to track it down for the 3rd out. Top of the sixth we go after the Pickles were able to tack on two more to make it an 8-3 lead.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
New pitcher for the Pickles as we start the top of the sixth. Trace Hawkinen will take over on the bump. The 6'2" junior, currently playing at Montana State Billings. Previously played at Mount Hood Community College, a tremendous athlete on the diamond, not only on the mound but also in the batter's box as well. As you go back to last year down in Aurora, won the Wild Wild West League Home Run Derby when he was playing for the Gresham Grey Wolves, but now finds himself in a Pickles uniform here. And he will come in here in the top of the sixth. And obviously had a tremendous career over at Mount Hood Community College. He currently holds the second highest career batting average at that program at .393. Also had a 2.56 ERA. So like I said, very versatile for Justin Barkis' squad as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Obviously, fans know him as the Cowboy, and obviously got that sweet stash to go along with that nickname. The 0-1. That one in there, and he's ahead 0-2. As Payson Manning will lead things off for the Wild Bills. 0-2 from Hawkinen. Called strike three on the outside. So makes his presence known early on with one quick strikeout. And now Durham Sundberg will come in to go up against Hawkinen. First pitch. That slider in there for a strike. Also was a tremendous standout at Beaverton High School. First team All-Metro League with the Beavers as a first baseman. Hit .337 in 3 years on the varsity squad. Oh, 2. Another breaking ball, this time low. Straight up. And now 2 down for the Wild Bills. Eli Kennel will now step in for Willamette. First pitch from Hawkinen, off the fist. And Gardino able to make the snag for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3, top half of the 6th. Pickles looking to add on to their 8 runs in the bottom half of the inning.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A.
KJ Rufo will lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th and fouls off the first pitch. Rufo 0 for 2 tonight with a backwards K and a pop out to second in his last at bat. That one in the dirt, 1-1. Played down the street at, not down the street, but little ways at Rex Putnam. That one smoked foul. Was first team All-League and second team All-State back in 2019. He was third in the entire state of Oregon in batting average at .471. But now up on the bluff playing for Jeff Loomis and the Portland Pilots. Also received partial scholarship or walk-on offers from Oregon State, Oregon, USC, and UCLA to name a few, but felt that the University of Portland and playing for the Pilots was the best fit for him to stay home, and considering that they offered him a full scholarship, as he's now facing a 3-2. Able to lay off that high cheese and draws the walk. And now back to the top of the order for the Pickles. And Gabriel Arianato. One 0, and that popped up a mile high. Out number 1 for the Pickles. Noah Guyette will step back in. Guyette with a double into right field in his first at bat as he takes ball 1 outside. Also with a walk and a ground out. Check over on Rufo. That one way outside, 2-1. Two's the Guyette. This one hit deep into center. Sundberg able to make the squeeze for out number 2. And Jacob Jablonski will step back in. Jablonski with 2 singles and a walk. One 1-0 to the switch hitter. By the way, the Wenatchee Apple Sox, who, of course, will make their way to Walker Stadium tomorrow night to open up the West Coast League season, fell last night to the Northwest Star Academy Nighthawks 7-6. Despite scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th to draw within a run. Just weren't able to get it done. That one sliced into left field for a base hit. And Jacob Jablonski is now having a terrific night. He now has 3 hits tonight. Ollie Arnstein will step back in. By the way, Gavin Garrell will get the start for the Apple Sox tomorrow night. Arnstein with a double in his last at-bat as he just absolutely crushed it down the left field line to the corner as first pitch will go foul.
Give it up for the big O, number 20, Ollie Arnstein. The big O.
2 on, 2 down for Arnstein. Little deja vu. Foul ball, almost same spot. He's already shown his power in his last at-bat. Should be a big bat for the Pickles this season. Oh, 2. That one gets away, and the runners will move up 90 feet. Arnstein with 2 men in scoring position here with 2 down. Looking to add on to this 5-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Arnstein takes ball 2.
Make some noise, Walker Stadium. Let's get it going. 2-0, the big O. Go, Ollie.
Twos to Arnstein. That one ripped. And that throw gets away. 1 run will score, and another will score off the air. 2 runs will come in for the Pickles, and it's now 10-3 Portland. Will reach on the error. And Sam Haney will step back into the box. Off the fist foul. Haney 0 for 2 tonight with 2 groundouts and a walk, but in his last at-bat, grounded out, did get an RBI on that ground out. That one way outside, 1-1. And that one gets away, and Arnstein will move up. Two 2-1 to Haney. That off speed way outside. 65 miles per hour on the gun. Haney whiffs 3-2. Three-two to Sam Haney. That one chopped over to second. And that will retire the side. But the Pickles continue to add on to their lead 10-3 as we head to the 7th here at Walker Stadium.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great call vodka.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Ten to 3 Pickles as we head to the top of the 7th. The offense again really clicking for the Pickles tonight. A great bounce back offensively for the Pickles tonight. Like we mentioned, only scored 2 runs last night in the 4-2 loss to the Gherkins. You know, Max definitely has to be pleased with this performance at the dish tonight. As McMullen will step into the box to lead off the top of the 7th for the Wild Bills. And again, we want to emphasize that the scorecard we got, the starting lineups only contain the last name. So unfortunately, we don't have a first name for McMullen, as he is up 2-0 on Trace Hawkinen. Hawkinen burns a strike in there. Three-1. That one fouled off, now full. Three-two from Hawkinen. That one wide, ball 4. Johnson now at the plate. Takes high, ball 1. Hawkinen from the stretch, the 1-0. That one fouled off. 1-1. And Hawkinen down here, 3-1. Well, if you're a sports fan, you have to be enjoying this night. At least here at Walker Stadium, 10-3. I'm sure a lot of Blazer fans out there are probably disappointed with the result tonight in Game 6. Hopefully a 10-3 lead for the Pickles can brighten your night. And that one barely catches the outside zone, 3-2. And another walk. And now I'll bring up the designated hitter, J.J. Hoover. As we'll get a mound visit here at Walker Stadium. Again, top of the 7th, a commanding 10-3 lead for the Pickles. And as we mentioned before, again, tickets still available tomorrow night for the regular season opener against Wenatchee. The 100 level selections are sold out, but you still have some options if you want to come out and watch some baseball tomorrow night through Sunday. But if not, obviously you can keep watching right here on YouTube and Facebook Live. Two on, no out here in the top of the 7th. Hawkinen looks back. First pitch low and away. The 1-0. That one inside, and Hawkinen struggling to find the zone here. That one way outside, 3-0. By the way, no activity in the Pickles bullpen here. Well, it looks like now there is somebody warming up. Now 3-1. And now the base is loaded here for Willamette. 3 straight walks. Now I'll bring up Coop Johnson. And the Pickles with a big opportunity there, but not able to get the runner at second. One-zero. Johnson hacks at it and misses. Johnson will call time in the box. One. And now 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pickles with a chance here to turn 2. Out at second. Safe at first. As the Wild Bills get their first run since that 3 spot in the top of the third. Pickles still in command here, up 10-4. That one lifted the other way, foul. The leadoff man, Michael Soper, at the plate. One. Runner on the move and an airmail at second base. And another run will come in. Wild Bills trying to claw their way back into this one, down 5. Two's home. Three, two down. And the Wild Bills draw another walk. That'll bring up Devin Kirkley. Hawkinen struggling with his control here in the top of the 7th. The 2-0. High and inside. And the base is loaded again for Willamette. And that's going to do it for Trace Hawkinen. So we get a pitching change here for the Pickles. Base is loaded for the Wild Bills. Down 10-5, but they're threatening here. Like I mentioned, the base is juiced. Looking to cut into this deficit even more here in the top of the 7th.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym B FAST. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
Andrew Del Biagio coming in for the Pickles. 6 foot, 185. The right-hander out of San Jose, California, plays down in McMinnville at Linfield. He will try to stop the bleeding here with the bases loaded for the Wild Bills, down 10-5. They need a big hit here to try to claw their way back into this one even more here in the 7th. Past season, Del Biagio finished with a 6.69 ERA as that one's in there for a strike. Finished 2-4 on the season in 40 1/3 innings, including a save in the season opener. That one foul, now 1-2. His favorite MLB team, by the way, the Oakland A's, favor movie Moneyball, which obviously makes sense. 1-2, that one outside. Bounces away. Runner's not going to try to advance there. And you never know with all the rumblings about the A's looking to leave Oakland and Portland being one of the possible destinations for the A's. He may just stay right here in the Rose City if his favorite team ends up coming up here. Called strike 3. Just what Justin Barkis needed. A strikeout to end the 7th. Stretch time here at Walker Stadium, 10-5. Pickles. Always the hijinks of Dylan T. Pickle. What exactly he's doing, I don't know. I don't think anybody in the press box knows. Just being himself. His good old lovable self. He's certainly happy with his Pickles up 10-5 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. That's probably the best seat in the house. I don't think the Wild Bills or the umpires are going to let him stay there, though, obviously. Gotta love it. Patrick Mushkot, Gabe Scoro, and Ryan Gardino will be upcoming for the Pickles. Mushkot tonight 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts and a flyout back in the 3rd. The only 7-foot pickle anybody will ever know. Mushkot steps in. That one misses outside 1-0. That one skied into center. And Mushkot will fly out for the first out of the 7th. Mr. Pickle himself, Gabe Scoro, will come up. He's still looking for his first hit this season. Has been hitless in the 2 preseason games this far. Aggressive as he fouls it off there. Scoro didn't like that strike call, 0-2. Scoro, slow roller over to 3rd. In time for out number 2. Ryan Gardino also looking for his first hit tonight. 2 ground outs and a fly out. Lays off the high stuff, 1-1. Again, lays off the high stuff, 2-1. That one finds the zone, 2-2. Count full now to Gardino. Three-two on the way. Gardino able to lay off it again. Outside, ball 4. And Evan Leibel will now step into the box.
Coming up to bat, number 3, Evan Leibel.
His first at bat tonight. Got the start behind the dish last night against the Gherkins. Went 1 for 2 on that first preseason tune-up for the Pickles. Gardino able to get back at first. Leibel belts this one deep into right. And that will fly away. Nope, that one's off the wall. And Leibel is going to be safe at third. An RBI double, but able to stretch it out to third. Back to the top of the order now, and Gabriel Ariano. Two singles to lead off this game for Ariano, but since then has grounded out and fouled out. Leibel on third, 2 down. 11-5 Pickles. That one is going to be a souvenir into the bleachers. The 1-1. Ariano takes strike 2. Absolutely ripped to short, mishandled, and Ariano is going to beat it out at first. We'll get to first on the air and another Pickles run. A 7-run lead for the Pickles. Match is the largest of the night. Noah Guyette at the dish, flew out in his last at bat. Guyette ahead 2-0. That heater in there, 3-1. And Guyette draws another walk.
Number 6, Jacob Jablonski.
Jacob Jablonski now up to the dish. He's having a stellar night. Three singles and a walk. Again, a beautiful night here at Walker Stadium. Can't beat a June night at the ballpark. Especially if you're a Pickles fan and a June night at the ballpark is like this when your team puts up 12. One 0 to Jablonski. Had to avoid that one. 2-0. Jablonski skies it. And that will be the third out. But once again, the Pickles with 2 on the board. They have scored 2 runs over the last 3 innings. A 12-5 Pickles lead as we head to the 8th.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
break of vodka.
Andrew Del Biagio back on the bump for the Pickles as we begin the top of the 8th. First pitch low and outside as he will face Durham Sundberg. A 12-5 commanding Pickles lead here in this final preseason tune-up before the season opener tomorrow. 7:05 first pitch against Wenatchee. Two and one to Sundberg. That one grounded. Tough play for Jablonski. And just not able to get it over there. That'll be an infield single. We've had 3 consecutive half innings where we've had 2 runs scored by both teams, and we'll see if the Wild Bills can match that again here in the top half of the 8th. Eli Kennel at the dish. Pickles put 2 on the board in the bottom of the 6th. The Wild Bills answered with 2 of their own. Leibel over to second, not in time. And then the Pickles, of course, answered in the bottom half of the 7th with 2 runs once again. And it was the Wild Bills who jumped out. All right, take that back. The Pickles jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st. One. Leibel Cox and just throws it back to Del Biagio. Big swing there from Kennel. Del Biagio comes home. Count full of 3-2. And Kennel gets on with a walk. McMullen now at the plate. Opposite way into the hole, into right field. And that's going to score a run for the Wild Bills. And now Cam Johnson will step in. The 1-0. That one ripped back up the middle. Here comes the play at the plate. Leibel able to apply the tag, and he's nailed at home. A terrific throw from center field from Gabe Arianato. Gets it done at the dish, and gets it done in the outfield as well. Again, a tremendous throw. After a brief mound visit, Andrew Del Biagio will stay out there with one down here in the 8th. From the stretch, here's the 0-1. Check swing, he went around. Backwards K for Del Biagio. Guyette, easy play over to first. Bottom of the 8th we go. A 12-6 Pickles lead.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym B FAST. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Bottom of the 8th we go here at Walker Stadium. A 12-6 lead for the Pickles. A big offensive night for Justin Barkis' squad. As Ollie Arnstein will lead things off for the Pickles here in the bottom of the 8th, followed by Sam Haney and Patrick Mushkat. "12 runs on 7 hits for the Pickles. 6 runs on also 7 hits for the Wild Bills. Everyone having fun here at Walker Stadium, obviously. Even the interns. Again, Ollie Arnstein will lead things off for the Pickles here in the bottom half of the 8th. Got on base thanks to an error back in the 6th. Also had that big rip into left field down the line back in the 5th inning on that double. First pitch on the way. That one called a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 home. That one low and outside. Don't forget, as always, once we wrap up here, Ice Bags with Mags. We'll get our thoughts from Mags. Obviously, he has to be very pleased with the offensive night from the Pickles. Again, 12 runs coming off just 2 last night against the Gherkins. Two, Arnstein takes it high and outside. That one fouled directly behind us. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Backwards K, Sam Haney comes up to bat. Haney grounded out to second in his last at bat. The 1-0. And a 4-pitch walk. I'll bring up the Moose, Patrick Mushkat. 0 for 4 tonight. Swings and misses, 0-1. That one way inside, 1-1. Gabe Scoro on deck for the Pickles. That one way above the letters. Or, I guess in this case, with the Pickle jersey, the Pickle. Check over at first.
I got it like way back, like a few weeks ago.
2-1 to Mushkat.
He was in the office like a month ago.
Payoff coming to Mushkat. And he is safe at second. As Haney has a stolen base. Scoro with a pair of groundouts tonight. Also drew a walk and got plunked back in the third. Oh, and 1. That one way outside. One to the Portland Pilot. Scoro ahead 3-1. Scoro, chopper, nice dig over at third. And that one will get away. And the Pickles will score another run off the air. As Sam Haney will score. (13-6). Ryan Gardino will now come up to the plate. drew a walk back in the 7th in his last at bat. That one high up in the zone. One 0 outside. And now we're going to get a mound visit here for Willamette. Haven't seen this a whole lot. We got a hat change here on the bump. Nope, no, you're too small. There we go. There we go. We're all good to go. It's a perfect fit. Two 0, 2 down to Ryan Gardino. And now 3 0. And even with a new hat, it still fell off on that delivery. And a 4-pitch walk. Evan Leibel will step back into the box. Had that RBI double in his last at bat. The 1-0. And here on 3-0, I imagine that Leibel's going to take here. And back-to-back 4-pitch walks. Back to the top of the order for the Pickles. Gabriel Arianato. Base is juice for the Pickles. That one lifted foul. Chopper up the middle. And that's going to score at least one, and this is going to score another one for the Pickles. RBI single for Arredondo. And based on what we've seen in these two preseason games, Gabriel Arredondo is going to be fun to watch this season for this Pickles squad. He's going to be a force in that lineup. Noah Guyette steps in. 2-1 to Guyette. And now 3-1. And the Pickles with the bases loaded again. And now bring up Jacob Jablonski. Three hits of his own tonight.
Number 6, Jacob Jablonski.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. Two down here in the bottom of the eighth. A 15-6 Pickles lead. The 1-2 to Jablonski. Two's home. Jablonski goes down swinging. Top of the ninth we go here at Walker Stadium, and the Pickles with a 9-run lead.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym B FAST. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Well, like we talked about earlier in the game, KJ Rufo, he showed back in high school that he can pitch on the mound and as well as catch, and he'll show why again here. He'll take over on the bump here in the top of the ninth with the Pickles out to a commanding 15-6 lead as they look to wrap up the really brief preseason. Before they open up the season tomorrow night against Wenatchee. First pitch from Rufo. That one low. From the stretch, 1-0. That one foul. Rana takes a big cut there. 1-2. One, two. Two. That one changed direction, then went foul. Still 2-2. Two again. Swing and a miss. Strike three. .92 miles per hour on that fastball. Back to the top of the order here for the Wild Bills. Late on that one, 1-2. Home to Soper. That one the other way, foul. Rufo will step off. Outside, count full. And a full count walk. Devin Kirkley will step in. One 0, runner on the move. Soper trying to get a stolen base, and he's in there easily. That one finds the inside. Two one. Count full now. Swing and a miss. And the Wild Bills down to their final out. One 0 with two down. Three and 0 now.
Submit the. I've been getting the full information rosters for the other. So once I have all four of all the information, I'll submit that to Trackman, and then we actually start doing series. Okay. But we're just waiting for that. It should be by next week, hopefully. Okay.
3-1 from Rufo. And the Wild Bills down to their final strike. Fouled off again. Three-two again. And now 2 on with 2 down. That pitch gets away. Runners will move up. One 0. That one with a laser. And they will track it down. The Pickles close out the preseason with a 15-6 win before they take on the Wenatchee Apple Sox tomorrow night in the season opener. Quick break, and we'll be back with Ice Bags with Mags right after this.
Join us here tomorrow, June 4th at 7:05 for opening day. The Portland Pickles will be starting the West Coast League as they take on the Wenatchee Apple Sox. All right, folks, we thank you for joining us here today. We ask you please exit Walker Stadium.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Do it. 15-6 win for the Pickles in their final preseason tune-up before the season opener tomorrow night. Time for Ice Bags with Mags. And, Coach, you obviously got to be definitely way more pleased than last night with your guys' offense tonight, for sure.
We did we got some work today, like I said we would, so we practiced hard and worked before the game. Made some adjustments on the bases, worked a 2-strike plan. So we're running 3-2, we're running 2-2, putting some running hits in action. We did a good job. Our goal was to stay below 8 strikeouts. We struck out, I think, 4 times tonight to get 3 or more dirt ball reads. We got 4. Not to hit into a double play. We hit into none. So there's a lot of good things happening offensively for us.
One of those good things offensively, Jacob Jablonski had a great night for you guys. What did you see from him at the dish?
He just made some adjustments. He was cutting his backside off. He stayed on the kitchen table a lot longer, and he was. We talked about being our competitiveness and having competitive greatness, and talking about the greatest one-on-one confrontation in sports, which is pitcher versus hitter, right? You can talk about golf, and it is a hard game, but nobody can talk, and the ball's sitting still, right? Everybody's screaming at you here, and this guy's not telling you what's coming. So it's a tough deal to do, but it's the best one-on-one confrontation on the planet. We just talked about being competitively great at every at-bat.
And not only tonight, but even last night, too. Gabriel Arianato has also been good. What have you seen from him?
he makes adjustments in every at bat. You'll see he fouled off a couple of balls today where he was a little bit late. He didn't get his front foot down on time. Then he got his front foot down on time, and he's knocking some balls up the middle.
I got to ask you, I don't mean to cut you off again there, but what else impressed you about the guys tonight heading into the season opener tomorrow?
Well, we talked about trying to play with some enthusiasm, right? I think last night we came out and we're just trying to get our work in, and we were out enthusiastic, right? So we just didn't have a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement, and we just explained to them before the game that everybody's going to get fired. Some guys have 2 more years before they get fired. Some guys might have 4. Some might be lucky enough to have 10 more years. But someday somebody's going to tell you to take off your uniform because they're going to replace you. So every time you get a chance to put the uniform on, whether it's an exhibition game or a real game, man, you might as well enjoy it.
All right, last thing, improvements before tomorrow.
We have to have some shutdown innings. That's the big concern. When you score a run, momentum's on your side. You can't allow momentum to switch back by allowing them to score a run. Maybe you put up a crooked number and they come back and they put 1, and all of a sudden momentum's up for grabs, and that's going to be a big thing tomorrow is getting shutdown innings. I know we didn't make any errors today, and that's a tough thing to do when we're not pitching, really well tonight. We walked a lot of guys. They walked a lot of guys. I thought we had some great at-bats. Some walks are forced. We forced some walks tonight, but tomorrow night it's going to be shutdown innings after we score.
Really looking forward to this weekend. Mags, as always, appreciate it.
Hold on, you can't shake my hand yet. JoJo, we won, so make sure that Neapolitan's ready to go when I get home. Love you, JoJo. Take care of my boys, those dogs, and we'll see you down the road. Fill this place up tomorrow night, all right? Love you. Be safe.